बताइए फिर, हु इज योर फेवरेट पॉलिटिकल लीडर एंड व्हाई? हम्म
I
आवाज़ नहीं आ
admire
रही है
Atal
आपकी।
Bihari.
हम्म
बोलो.
बोलिए।
So I admire Atal Bihari Vajpayee for his behavior of consensus building and his focus on the infrastructure development of the country, and along with it, his vision for the national development. Globally, if I say, so I admire Nelson Mandela for his extraordinary commitment and uh, his ability to forgive his own enemies who have sent him to the prison, and which demonstrated his exceptional statesmanship. So I not admire this political leader due to their ideology, but the values of integrity, their vision for national development, and their dedication to the public service, and which I believe that this quality will help me to become a better citizen.
हम्म अब देखिए, फर्स्ट if I talk about Atal Bihari Vajpayee, what you told. So you told that he has a great visionary decisions. Which decision he has taken? Tell.
Which visionary decision?
You told na कि he has a great vision. So which great vision he has? Tell.
So, for example, for instance, he have worked upon the infrastructure development of golden correlates. Secondly, the right to education was enacted during this time. The rural development processes like Gram Sadak Yojana was built. So this is a long-term perspective. So that attracted me towards this. That
See, if you are saying that this is my favorite leader, na, so you have to prove that actually. So why is your favorite leader? First thing, he comes from very humble background. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, and he has a great vision of sustainable development inspired by Mahatma Gandhi vision. Right? Then you tell that he focus on the rural development. Even that ninth year plan basically, which has come during his time basically, ninth 5-year plan. So the focus of this ninth year plan was that what? Human development. I mean inclusive development, rural development. If I talk about his achievements, so Pokhran 2, Pokhran test, nuclear test, what India has done during his time only, despite America's pressure. Second thing, Kargil war. India has beautifully won this war basically. So see, you have to tell the main reason has been not only he has a great vision and all these things. So this is actually not the right way to answer. Second thing, you told about Nelson Mandela. Fine. Selection is not the problem, but the problem is in answer basically. Nelson Mandela, okay, basically he been was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. Fine. What you told about him is that he was in prison basically. He was in prison, right, due to the misconception what people have developed about him basically. But during his when he was in prison, so actually he has lost all his enmities behavior, and he has written a book basically, a long walk to freedom basically. And when he come out basically, he did not have any enmity behavior, rather tolerance and sympathy toward the people, and ultimately he was able to bring what political freedom and bring harmonious society basically. So this is, I think, so explain a little bit. And more on, you never say that this point what you told, I don't admire a politician on the basis of ideology. So no, on the basis of ideology only you have to admire. You can say like that I don't admire a person on the basis of his political parties or his means as a persons, but I admire a person, but I admire a political leaders as a values, as a ideologies, because Atal Bihari Vajpayee has a good ideologies, rural development ideology. This is ideology only, na. Nelson Mandela has a good liberal ideologies. So this is ideology only. You're telling that I don't admire a political leader on the basis of ideology. This is wrong way actually. You can say I don't admire a political leader on the basis of his personal qualities, uh, his personal basically behavior, but I admire him because of his values, integrity, and his ideology toward the nation. Basically, that's what you can tell. See, this kind of question everybody will answer. The problem is that how balanced and how inclusive you are giving the answer. Basically, selection is not a problem here. Basically, कि to whom you are telling Nelson Mandela, Abraham Lincoln's, whatever you are telling Barack Obama, even Modi, you can say no problem with that. The problem is that whatever you are telling, you have to be very cautious and very balanced. Even you can talk about Lal Bahadur Shastri, no problem is there. But the problem is that you should be clear about this. This is what I am telling you. Right? Next question.
What is your strength and weakness?
Okay. See, this question basically are asked in most of the questions basically. Even in any interview questions, this is one of the favorite questions which they ask. So see, what are your strength and weakness basically? So you have to here list your strength and weakness, right? At least 4 strength, 4 weakness. I mean, we have to mention here. So tell.
So my biggest
आवाज़ थोड़ा कम आ रही है आपकी.
So my biggest strength is my honesty and compassion. I believe that honesty improves the trust and credibility, and the compassion attitude will make me to empathize with the person. This will help me in the public service to sense the sensitivities of the poor and vulnerable people. And thirdly, my biggest strength is my listening skill, which will help me to understand people and the situations. Next, my weakness are that I get easily affected by the emotional situations surrounding me. So this sometimes I face difficulty in managing my emotions. Second thing, I get influenced by others' opinions. So, however, I know now I am becoming more aware of my emotions and how I am reacting to it, and I am how balancing my inner emotions to bring a stability and balance in my behavior.
So how many weakness you have pointed out?
Weakness मैंने बताया ना मैंने कि I am
Only emotional?
emotionally
Only emotional only.
और फिर दूसरा ये भी होता है और फिर एक ओवर थिंक का कभी मुझे बोलना था कि हाँ I overthink a lot, due to which I suffer from my own thoughts.
See. Okay. Fine. Now if I analyze what you told, so in strength what you told, honesty, right? That honesty actually is your basically behavior, that is fine. But you better to use honesty and integrity at the same time, because honesty is a very casual term nowadays, but integrity is the higher values terms. You use this word actually. Honesty and integrity is my strength basically. I always right follow integrity approach basically, because integrity means all the time I'm in that decision only, I'm right actually. Honesty is very subjective basically. Then compassion. You told about compassion basically. Then you have to give the example basically, okay, where you have shown the compassion and you got the good result. If you're telling my strength is compassion, so better to relate with that actually. Yes. For example, you can give your childhood or college life, school life, any where you shown the compassion and you have got the good result actually. So that is a good thing actually. For example, in my school life, what I have done, that the one when teachers were absent, so the weaker students actually used to ask question to me, and I used to explain them in very sympathy and calm manner basically, because I thought that they are big actually. So I shown compassion to them, and later on the same very persons basically, those friends of mine actually have helped me basically to become the president of the my school actually, because I had helped them na. So here comparison give me a good result because I have shown the comparison, so that is my strength actually. So that's what you can write basically. See, only listing the qualities कि I have compassion, I have honesty, I have integrity, I have dedication to public service. How can they be agree with you? Tell. In exam, in board member, how can they be agree? How you have done? So you have to explain any stories in short manner basically. Listening skill you have talked about, that is fine, but you give the example कि how listening skill has helped basically you. Then you talk about weakness. Weakness, emotional effect basically you're talking about. Yeah, sometimes I get very emotional because of my surrounding. Yes, okay, fine. Tell tell where you got emotional and something. Tell any example. For example, I can tell basically. Uh, when I was in 10th class, so actually I got a 6th rank in my MP actually in 10th class, 10th board. So I got an opportunity basically to come to Bhopal and get a free of education for the entire further study of my higher study because of that rank. But that time I was in my home actually, so I did not want to leave my home because I was so much emotionally connected to my family, sisters, brothers, and my friends actually as well. So that emotional chain basically has stopped me to going Bhopal in 11th class, and I remain in Riva only. So maybe I think that if I would have taken that opportunity, so I think that would have been different actually. So sometimes too much emotional with anything basically is not that much good. We have to see that which decision is good or bad for me. But 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 now I am handling that emotional effect actually. So you have to tell that as well. Okay, this was my weakness, but now I am trying to overcome that weakness so that they can trust you. Okay, you are able to solve your problem. Otherwise, they will think that okay, you have the problem, you're not able to solve. So tell like that as well. Because I had this problem, but now I am trying to reduce that emotional drama and all basically. Overthinking, fine, you can tell. Sometime I think this is one of the escape way to counter this question basically, overthinking, because this is very obvious point which everybody will reply generally. Yeah, sometime I do overthinking. That is fine. Overthinking. So which kind of thinking you do? So that's what you can mention. And the one point which you I think generally I mention actually is that sometime I give it too much time to a thing which does not deserve actually. For example, if I have enough time na, so I give enough time to a particular work. But that work I could have completed in less time as well. So if I do not have a time foundation na, so I waste my time actually in a particular work. This is actually my mistake which I have realized, and I'm trying to overcome that basically. That's what guide. You can give the example even in UPSC preparation also. Sometime when I do not have any schedule to complete the things, so I waste my time and I took 4 to 5 days to complete that topic. But when I have deadline, so I complete that things in one day only. So that is actually one thing I need what proper schedule and time to not waste my time. So that is also actually my weakness. So see, these are the general things actually, but they will get to know by this point that okay, you are very basically which kind of person you are basically. This is what they will understand. Next question.
Tell me about a difficult choice you have to make in your life.
Okay, difficult decision, right? Tell me about a difficult decision you had to make in your life basically. Good question. So tell.
Uh, one of the most difficult choices which I made was prioritizing my long-term goal of becoming IAS officer over my personal moments. So I sacrificed multiple personal gatherings, the celebrations with the friends, and my own sister's marriage. So I somehow think that it's most difficult for an aspirant to choose between personal and family life, and the second, our ambitions and our goals of the life. But furthermore, I understand that taking a balance is more important as a living in order to live a mature and more fulfilled life.
So basically, you're talking about that कि to choose the path of IAS, this is your difficult decision, right? I think this will give the negative impression to the board member.
Not difficult decision, but to balance it out with
That should be your
other things.
no, that should be your passion actually to become an IAS. Not it should not be a difficult decision. No, never say this to the board member, either in UPSC or any basically. Mm, suppose that I'm giving the example actually. Suppose that you are going to give an interview in a company, right? And they will say that कि why do you want to join this company? So you will say this कि that was my difficult decision to come for this company. Then how the hell will take you? Tell, they will not take you, na, because you are going to that company and you're telling that कि this is my difficult decision. You tell कि this is my passion actually. I would like to do that, and there is no problem in that. Instead of that, you mention other things, na? No, not to choose the path of IAS. That is my difficult decision. No, tell me about difficult decision you have made to in life. You can tell other decision basically, like changing the mediums or changing the subject, changing the syllabus, or changing the basically locations, basically leaving the families, basically all these things you can tell basically. But don't tell to choose the path of IAS, that is my difficult decision. No, that is not a difficult decision basically. Hmm. So that is not good. For example, see, if I say na, so I can tell the same story basically. Basically that after 10th class when I got the opportunity, so I had a dilemma to choose the path. Okay, I should stay in Riva only or I should go Bhopal. But that was difficult decision for me. But I have taken, I think, a wrong decision as far as I know, that I remain there in Riva only. So that was one of my difficult decision, because for that I have thought for 1 month actually. So that was difficult decision. Either you can say that basically any other thing decision you have made basically. Yes, no problem in that. But don't say that this to choose the path of IAS, that was my difficult decision. So this is not nice. Even you can tell this na optional, to decide optional, that was my difficult decision actually. No problem in that. But to come in the path of UPSC journey, it should not be difficult decision as far as I concerned basically. Either you can say like that, because there was one friend of mine basically. So basically he has Hindi medium earlier till 6th class. After that he has to choose English or Hindi. But later on actually he chose the English medium. So he struggled for 2 or 3 years. But later on he was good in English and he managed everything. So that was also good decision. Na? So difficult decision means that should change your career. I mean that should change your kind of life. That is called difficult decision. That's what you have to mention basically. So that is very subjective, but still you have to present very well. Any next question? Okay.